Welcome to Review Nation, and today I'm reviewing Katatonia's new album, City Burials. So Katatonia, in case you don't know, is a sort of a gothic doom metal band. They incorporate melancholy elements, they incorporate really depressing lyrics as well. You got Jonas Rensky, who was on vocals, and his vocals are one of the best metal vocalists out there at the moment. And you know what, this album is very different to any other Katatonia album out there. It feels more fun, it feels more upbeat as well, especially like songs Behind the Blood, which has an amazing guitar solo, and not to mention the new guitarist on this album is absolutely fantastic. It incorporates many different solos, many different riffrages that are quite melodic and infectious in tone. I love the production. It's very atmospheric as well, especially through songs like Heart Set to Divide, L'Aqua, City Glacia's Flicker. All this is quite a very atmospheric album that is just filled with dread and gloom, and I just love that overall aspect. So first of all, let's kick off with the first song, Heart Set to Divide. It's a very atmospheric song with such interesting melodic moments, and I really love the riffrages throughout this song. The guitar riffs are quite melodic and they're quite infectious in tone. What I love also is Jonas's vocals throughout this song that are quite angelic but raw. This is a sort of growing crescendo song that leads to such an epic finale. This song does feel grandiose in tone, but I just absolutely love the drumming. Daniel really incorporates some really nice drum fills throughout, and it is quite progressive as well. This song really reminds me of a song out, The Four of Hearts, where that album was more prog orientated. Well, this is sort of a proggy song with a few different signatures along the way, but it still keeps heart to what Katatonia sounds like, and that's what I love about this song overall. It leads on to such a very epic conclusion, which then leads on to the next song, Behind the Blood. It bleeds perfectly onto Behind the Blood. This is one of the upbeat Katatonia songs I've ever heard. When I first heard the single, I was absolutely amazed. I really was, especially that guitar solo as Oyasum provides throughout that introduction. Leads onto a shreddy guitar solo, especially throughout the middle part of the song, but I just love the melancholic feel, especially throughout the middle part of the song. What is absolutely fantastic about Behind the Blood is the overall melodic feel throughout that chorus, especially used by the triggering drum snare. Is a fantastic song, and I just love how they incorporate those symphonic elements. Then it leads on to L'Aqua. This is such a beautiful, interesting, melodic song. It's something very different by Katatonia. To be honest, it sounds like a pop song, but it's a very good pop song. It incorporates synth elements throughout this song, along sort of a trap beat, which I really love. But his vocals throughout this song are very angelic in tone. I love the soft tone in his voice. The lyrics overall are very strong indeed. Like overall, this album has very strong lyrics. Katatonia sings what Katatonia sings, and that is depression, that is gloom, and that is sadness. And I just love the overall themes of this album. So it leads on to Rain. Now this faster than L'Aqua, but I just love the drumming throughout this song, especially throughout that chorus, those galloping drums that lead onto Jonas's vocals that are really dynamic in tone. What I love is the overall guitar melody throughout this song, and the guitar riffs are prominent. I do really love just the atmospheric vibe this song has, and I love the reverby tone of those guitars, especially throughout the conclusion. And the overall melody that just gets stuck in your head. This is a really good song, which is definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. It leads on to The Winter of Our Past. This song is another catchy song. Again, Jonas's vocals throughout this song are just so damn good. They really are. That leads on to a really nice flow to that chorus, and I just love the overall chord progression throughout this song. Again, it's quite a simple song by Katatonia. It's quite short, but it's effective as well, as it leads on to such an interesting conclusion to the song. I do really love how hooky that chorus is. It's definitely not one of the standouts of the album. So then comes the first standout of the album, and that is Vanishes. Now, we have a female vocalist on this song that has such beautiful angelic vocals that harmonize so well with Jonas. This is a very slow building crescendo song that leads on to such a grandiose, epic cinematic experience. This song feels like something out of a movie soundtrack. The lyrics are very heartfelt as well. I love the slow drawing guitars throughout this song, not to mention the drumming as well, the slow paced snare that incorporates those Gothic elements. It's such an heartfelt, sad song that you just can't help but enjoy it. Her vocals harmonize so well with Jonas's vocals, and Vanishes is just a must hear for any Katatonia fan. Okay, so the next song is City Glaciers. Now this is a beautiful song overall. It's a slow building song, which the first verse leads on to Jonas's vocals and some really nice overlaying guitar melody that leads onto such a soaring melodic chorus. I just love when he says, "Fill your lungs with words." Fill your lungs with words. This song is so damn good. There are heavy moments throughout this song, especially that gritty, distorted guitar. That leads on to really soft moments. Turn of the drums sound fantastic, but certainly there's a lot of emotion conveyed throughout Jonas's vocals, and again, it's another banger. Okay, so the next song is Flick, and this is how I disappear. Again, the lyrics are so damn strong, and I just love the overall lyrical themes, and life is swallowing him up. This is a very melancholic song. This song is just filled with melancholy, and I just love it. Really offbeat drumming throughout this song that leads on to such a grandiose chorus, and I just love the atmospheric tone that the synths provide. It feels like such a piercing but yet playful song by Katatonia. I just love how stylistic this song is. It leads on to some really nice driven guitar moments throughout this song. Departure from the terminus. Also leads on to some really nice guitar lead by Øystein. In the next couple of songs, he starts to really shine throughout this album. So, the next song is Likitha. Cards were dealt, and what did you see? I believe this might be the second part of Likitha, where it's very soft and it's really synth driven. It's very atmospheric as well, and all you can hear is Jonas's vocals along with a really nice piano melody. It's one of the shortest Katatonia songs as well. Neon Epitaph is just a fantastic song overall, and they incorporate. This is one of the heaviest songs off the album. I fall towards the skyline. I love how melodic that chorus is and how well driven this song is by the guitar. There are some many different moments, quite proggy song as well, that leads on to such a Tool-esque vibe, where if you listen to the conclusion of the song, it just sounds like something out of Tool. It's something very different by Katatonia for sure, but it really works. And then it leads onto the last song of the album, which is Untrodden. This song is absolutely fantastic, and I just love how slow building this song is that leads onto such a beautiful drawing guitar solo that just melts your heart. It does, and this is a very emotional guitar solo that Oyerson provides. Mentioned the awesome drum fills by Daniel throughout this song, and the bass is very prominent, but I love Jonas's vocals throughout this song, and it's such a beautiful way to end off this album overall. Overall, the next song is Fighters, which is, I believe, a bonus track. To be honest, it's a catchy song, but it's definitely one of the generic Katatonia songs I've heard. It's probably one of the worst Katatonia songs I've heard. The worst Katatonia songs is definitely a very good Katatonia song, if you get what I mean. This band is perfection in my opinion. Overall, I love the album. It was brilliant. It had many different layers, very guitar driven as well, and overall it was such a tight and cohesive album that this album just flowed beautifully together. I'm giving this a solid 9 out of 10. It's definitely contender of the album of the year for sure. I loved it. Guys, comment below what you thought about this album review, and also comment below what you thought about this album as well. Let me know in the comments section below. Hey, if you stick around, if you like my content, why not watch another video of mine? I think I might put up something related to Katatonia, and that is Epitaph. Damnation, check it out. And I will see you in the next one.